Welcome back. President Trump's legal team filing an emergency appeal to the Supreme Court, asking that Justice Clarence Thomas review part of an appeals court order dealing with classified documents seized at his Florida home. Joining me right now is Ohio Congressman, member of the House Intelligence Committee and House Ways and Means Committee, Brad Wenstrup. Congressman, it's great to see you this morning. Welcome back.
Thank you, Marie. Good to be with you.
Give us your assessment of what Trump is trying to do and where this stands.
Well, it seems that the Trump team is certainly going to claim executive privilege and that many of these materials have been declassified. But this is a clever little chess game that's taking place between the DOJ and the special master, if you will, the DOJ and the Trump team. So the Department of Justice is now saying they just want 100 documents that, part of the criminal investigation that they're conducting. They want those to be kept from the special master. But in some ways, what this may be is a chance to divert away from all the things that they may have acquired illegally during their raid. It takes the focus off any illegally seized items, such as things that are part of attorney-client privilege. So Clarence Thomas oversees the court that's made the decision to remove the 100 documents. And I think it's going to go to the full Supreme Court. That would kind of be up to Clarence Thomas. There's no formal deadline with this, so this may be going on for a while. But Maria, what America sees is the hypocrisy that's taken place when you look back at the Clinton server with classified information, and Comey says no reasonable prosecutor would prosecute any of this. When you see what was done with the Hunter Biden laptop to deceive the American people. I sit on the Intelligence Committee, as you mentioned, and since day one, since this raid, we have said to the intelligence community, the FBI, if there is a reason, if there's a national security reason for you to conduct this raid, we should be informed. We are the committee that has oversight over these agencies. If there's a national security issue, shouldn't we be informed? We're a government of the people, and we represent the people, and especially on the Intelligence Committee, where we're selected to conduct oversight. Yeah. And so, and this is what we have not gotten a response whatsoever from our letter or from our request, and we certainly haven't met with the director of the FBI, unfortunately. Well,
that's right, and you've got whistleblowers coming out against the leadership at the FBI, saying that this is all political, and the investigations that have been done, some of them in the past few years, have been dictated by their political bias. Congressman, what is this? Is this a lot of noise to keep Trump in the news so that we could get distracted from this terrible policy out of the Biden administration? While we're talking, we have a 5th migrant bus on the ground in New York City. It just arrived this morning to Port Authority, 14 total buses since Monday. This comes as Governor Kathy Hochul says that the state's migrant crisis needs a federal solution. Our supposed border czar, Vice President Kamala Harris, is headed to Texas later this week, but she's going for a fundraiser. She's not going to the border. She's going to Texas for a Democrat fundraiser. And here you have the DOJ and the FBI all over Trump, keeping him in the news as a distraction. We don't even know what the details are of this raid. Is this to stop him from announcing he wants to run for president? Well, it just seems so by design.
Well, when they don't come forward and tell the Intelligence Committee the national security risk, don't talk to us, stonewall, try to hide behind that there's a criminal investigation going on, which, by the way, there's no statute that says that you can't tell us things because there's a criminal investigation going on, but they use that all the time. So it does seem to be mischievous at best because of the timing of everything with the elections coming up, and to continue to go after Donald Trump. If you've got a good reason, I thought I had a good relationship with the director of FBI. He knows where I sit on this committee, where we have oversight. Come in and tell us what that's all about. Now, shifting over to what's going on in, say, the state of New York, where the governor says that we need a federal solution. Well, we've got a federal solution. It's called adhering to the laws that we have on the books. It's called securing our border. And, if you don't like what's taking place with migrants coming to your cities, then don't claim that you're a sanctuary city, because it seems you only want to be a sanctuary city as long as no one's coming to your city seeking sanctuary. So, again, hypocrisy from the left just continues to abound. This is a problem that the Democrat Party and the Biden administration has created. And it's kind of funny now that the Democrats don't like it, but they've been part of the problem all along.
Yeah, but who is accountable for all of this poisoning of the American people? The Drug Enforcement Agency, the DEA, is conducting the largest fentanyl seizure in New York City history. A New Jersey woman was arrested for allegedly using a Lego box to hide a stash of 15,000 candy-colored pills laced with fentanyl, Congressman. I mean, what is it going to take to get this administration to understand the seriousness of this story? Now you've got mothers across the country worried about their kids going for Halloween and their Halloween trick-or-treating because who knows what's going to be in that candy.
Well, here's what's going on. So this is a weapon of mass destruction cloaked as candy, as far as I'm concerned. And so innocent people are going to die if this hits the streets. And fortunately, this stash was collected. They said this stash could kill up to 500,000 people. You know, the DEA has said that this is a deal that comes from China. They sell the precursors now. They're not selling direct fentanyl. They sell the precursors to making fentanyl, send it to Mexico. Educated chemists put this together and create these products. I had a meeting a couple of weeks ago, Maria, with the ambassador of China. He wanted to take a swing through Ohio, he said, and talk about things. But one of the things he said was, they don't like being blamed for the fentanyl problem in the United States of America. I said, well, then do something about it. And we'd be glad to work with you on that, for example. He said, well, we sell a legal product, which these products are legal by themselves. And he said, we sell a legal product. We can't be responsible for what they do with it. Well, we can take hold of who we sell things to and what is being done with them. And I said, the United States would be glad to work with China on that, and probably with the Mexican government and the Mexican military as well. We'll see if he follows up on this. But look, in 2021 alone, 72,000 Americans are dead because of illicit fentanyl. I can tell you as a surgeon that fentanyl has a great use medicinally and always has. We don't want to remove that. But this is illicit fentanyl. It's deadly fentanyl. It's a weapon of mass destruction. And so we've got to nip this in the bud. But again, the killing of Americans comes from our border. And the policies of the Biden administration have made America extremely vulnerable. And it's not just America as you normally think of national security. It's down to every family, every child in America is vulnerable because of these policies.
Well, we all know somebody who's died of fentanyl poisoning at this point, Congressman. And look at this. You have to raise this with the ambassador from China. Why doesn't Joe Biden raise this with Xi Jinping? He's supposed to meet with him in November. How come this has never come up? This is a poisoning underway of American citizens, and this administration has not raised this with China yet. Aren't the underlying components made in China? Why shouldn't we blame China?
We should blame China. And I will tell you, about 7 years ago, I think it was, I was in China, met with their top leadership, and I said, look, you're killing Americans. It'll probably be a problem in your country someday, but you've got to stop shipping fentanyl to America. So they cut back on this, and what's their way around it? They send the precursors to Mexico, to the cartels. Look, the policies of the Biden administration are in favor of the cartels, and they're growing deadly business. And also, it's now deadly to Americans. I don't know how many Americans have to die before the Biden administration wakes up.
Really disturbing. Congressman, thanks very much for your efforts on that. Congressman Brad Wenstrup, we will talk soon. Thank you, sir. We'll be right back.